Those days are gone forever now, aren't they,
Mr. Bellman? Stryker?
How you doing, Dennis?
Fine.
Treating you all right?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances, I guess.
They get you anything?
Aside from getting me out of here, I can't think of a thing.
We're working on that.
But you're not having any luck.
Luck has nothing to do with it, Dennis. What I need is cooperation.
Cooperation?
From you.
I don't understand.
You haven't been completely honest with me, son. We could be in trouble.
Max.
Hey, little brother.
Elena. Elena.
She's all right. Jeb took her back to the hotel room to get some rest.
Am I in Houston?
New York City. The doctors, they operated on you and took out a bullet.
Oh.
They say you'll be as good as new in a week to 10 days.
How long have you been here?
Well, I got here last night when you were in surgery.
You stayed all night?
Last time I stayed up all night with you, you were 10 years old and had the measles.
Thanks for being here, Max.
You didn't like the breakfast menu this morning?
I wasn't very hungry, Courtney.
Well, Grandma Kate's food will take care of that, I'm sure. You know, you've been making good progress. You might even be able to go home to the ranch this afternoon.
No, I want to stay right here.
Ginny, I know losing a baby must be difficult. But you have to go on with your life.
I can't do that.
Okay, look.
Not yet.
Don't cry. Don't get upset, okay? Ginny, there's a real good chance that you might be able to have another baby.
Not Ryan.
Nurse, could you tell me if Dr. Marshall's in the hospital?
Yes, but she's with a patient right now. If you'd like, you can wait for her in the reception area.
No, I'll wait here, thank you.
Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
Are you going to the hospital to see Jenny?
In a little while. You want to come along?
Yes, but I want to get this soup started first. It's Jenny's favorite, and I want to have it ready for her when she comes home. Did Courtney say when she'd be released?
She said today or tomorrow. Then I saw Steve going down to the stables a few minutes ago.
That's possible.
Why isn't he in school?
Because I let him sleep late.
Is he feeling well?
Didn't you hear him crying last night?
No. What was he crying about?
He was worried about Jenny. He was afraid she was going to die.
I told him that she wasn't in any danger of losing her life.
Yes, I told him that, too. But he started thinking about the baby, and his imagination just ran away with him.
Yeah, Jenny's made him too dependent on her. That's the problem.
Barry, you were gone for 5 years.
That's not deliberate, Grandma.
I'm
I was
not
taken
blaming
prisoner.
you. I'm just saying that's one of the reasons Ginny and Steve are so close. Now, in time, he'll be close to you, too.
I'll have a talk with him and try to reassure him about Ginny.
Well, that will help, I'm sure.
Tried to be as honest as I could be with Steve. Of course, I couldn't be totally honest.
Why not?
Well, I couldn't tell him that the baby his mother lost was Ryan Connor's, not mine. You knew it wasn't my baby.
Yes, I knew.
Why didn't you tell me?
It wasn't my place to tell you.
Who else knew? Courtney, no doubt. Who else?
What does it matter? It's over.
No, it's not quite over yet, Grandma.
Ginny, the hospital has a wonderful counseling
I
service.
don't need any counseling, Courtney.
Might help to talk to someone.
I can talk to Rena. I don't need some stranger to sit down and tell me how I feel about losing my baby.
Okay. Won't push it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you.
It's okay. I understand. I really do. But you can't hide in this hospital forever. I won't let you do that.
I just need a little time to work things out, that's all.
Why can't you do that on the ranch? You can go sit on the front porch.
No,
You
I
can
want
take a
to
walk.
stay right here.
Okay. I talked to Barrett this morning.
Did I see him yesterday?
Yes, you did. Not too long after you came down from the recovery room.
I don't remember. Of course, I don't remember much about yesterday at all.
He's coming into town this afternoon.
I don't want to see him. Not today.
Ginny.
Maybe I'll see him tomorrow, but not today.
Ginny, he is your husband. He is upset about the baby.
Then call him and tell him I can't have any visitors.
I can't.
Courtney,
I've already...
please!
I was just looking through the mail, Elliot.
Well, that's why I'm here as well, to see if there's anything Dennis should take a look at.
There is a bill here that looks like it's from our auto insurance carrier. I could have sworn that Dennis had paid for it, but I can't find his checkbook
Oh,
anywhere.
I have it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, he asked me to bring it to him yesterday. He wanted to make out some checks for utilities and rent and things like that.
Rent?
Yeah, the landlord left the notice under the door.
I should be paying that by myself now.
Well, that's up to you and Dennis. Stryker should have him out on bail pretty soon. I suppose you can talk about that then.
Do you think Stryker can do that, Elliot?
Well, it all depends on the DA's accepting Iris's confession. But I hope so. Memories? Painful, aren't they?
Sometimes I think it would be better if I just didn't come back here.
Oh, now look, this is all temporary.
Is it, Elliot?
Stryker says that if the DA reduces the charge from first-degree murder to manslaughter, it's possible Dennis could get a suspended sentence.
And if not?
Well, then, Dennis may have to spend several years in prison.
Oh, Elliot, no.
I know. It's not a pleasant prospect, I know. But it's certainly preferable to him spending the rest of his life there, huh?
As far as Dennis and I are concerned, I don't think it would make much difference to him either way.
How's Ginny today?
Physically, much better.
And emotionally?
1 minute she's fine, the next minute she goes to pieces.
I do the same thing.
Well, it's fairly normal behavior given the circumstances.
You told me yesterday that I'd get to see Ginny today, right?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I was just going to go call you.
You haven't changed your mind.
No. You can see her for a while. But I do have a favor that I want to ask you.
What is it?
Would you talk to Mrs. Davis from our counseling service? She's had a lot of experience in this kind of situation, and, well, I'm sure she can give you some advice on how to deal with this.
Okay, I will.
Dennis, why didn't you tell me immediately that your mother was in the office the night Chris Shaw was killed?
You're right, I should have.
Why didn't you?
I didn't want Mom involved, Stryker.
By not wanting her involved reduces my chances of getting the first-degree murder charge changed to manslaughter.
Why? Everything's out in the open now. You said Mom went into the DA's office and told them everything.
That's just the point. The DA's office is having a difficult time believing anything I say. A man's murdered, no one comes forward, then you come forward, and there's no mention of your mother having been there and wiped away every trace of evidence that you were there.
Look, Mom was just trying to help, Stryker.
I know. And as a result, our credibility has been diminished.
Look, I see that, but you have to understand, I didn't even know about this till yesterday.
Dennis, am I being told all the relevant information?
Everything that I know, Stryker.
Are you positive? Dennis, this is very important.
Look, I know it's important, Stryker, but all I can tell you is what I remember. And right now, that's very hazy. I was drunk, I was angry, I'll kill you. I swear. You're making a big mistake.
What is it?
I don't know. I keep thinking I'm going to remember something, and then it all just turns into a hazy jumble.
Dennis, if this jumble takes any shape at all, I want to know about it right away. Any shape. We are grabbing at straws, Dennis. Anything.
I promise. What about Mom? Do you think the fact that she wiped off the paperweight will make her an accessory to the crime?
An accessory after the fact. No, I don't believe the DA will press charges. A mother pleading for her son elicits too much sympathy for the jury.
Well, that's something to be happy about, I guess.
I wish I could be as optimistic about your case.
What happens now?
We just have to wait to see if the DA believes Ira's confession. If he does, we go on with our plea of guilty and hope for a lighter sentence.
And if he doesn't?
If he doesn't, you could spend the next 20 years of your life in prison.
Surely you're not going to give up on Dennis now.
I'm not giving up on him, Millie. I never will. It's whether he's given up on me or not. That's the question.
I don't think so. Look, Paige, don't let Dennis's present state of mind deter you. My God, look what he's been through. It's only natural that he's having trouble dealing with some of it, but it will pass. You just have to have patience.
I don't think it will pass, Ellie.
Well, why do you say that?
Just a feeling I have.
Well, then perhaps the problem isn't all Dennis's. Perhaps part of it is yours as well.
Mine?
Perhaps you haven't forgiven yourself for what's happened. For having made the film.
I don't think I'll ever forgive myself for that, Elliot. Hardly a day passes that I don't regret ever having met Chris Shaw.
But Chris wasn't the only one responsible for what you did.
What?
Well, you said there was someone else involved. A man you were involved with.
Oh, yeah.
He talked you into making the film?
Yeah. I think I would have done anything for him.
You also said that he treated you very badly.
Yeah. I didn't realize until it was too late how badly. They tell you that love is blind, but they don't tell you that it's deaf and dumb, too.
In what way did he treat you badly?
I really don't think I'd like to talk about this, if you don't mind, Elliot.
It still bothers you?
Oh, just a little.
More than a little, I'd say. Is it possible that you haven't gotten over this man completely?
I have gotten over him, Elliot.
But you still think about him from time to time?
From time to time. Not that much.
Have you ever seen him again since he left you that time in Hollywood?
No. Why do you ask?
Just wondered. Did you ever tell Dennis about this man and the part he played in your life?
No, I haven't.
Don't you think you should? Just to avoid any further misunderstandings?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? I mean, he was an important part of your life. Wouldn't it be best just to have the whole thing out in the open?
No, I don't think so, Elliot. I think it's, some things are just better left untouched.
Paige, you know where this attitude has gotten you in the past.
I just don't think it's a good idea to stir this up, Elliot. I don't think it's a good idea for me, and I don't think it's a good idea for Dennis.
Surely you can't expect me to ignore the fact that she was carrying Ryan's baby.
Now, Ginny was involved with Ryan because she thought you were never coming back. After 5 years, none of us thought you would ever return.
Ginny probably wishes that...
Ginny wishes that you had never gone to war, that you hadn't been captured. But it happened.
And she found consolation in Ryan Connor's bed.
Barrett, Ginny and Ryan Connor were engaged to be married.
She refused to sleep with me until our wedding night.
Oh, that's not fair.
Don't tell me you approve, Grandma.
I was the one who encouraged Ginny to get on with her life, to find someone to share it with, someone to help her with Steve. Be angry with me, not Ginny.
I'm not angry. I'm stunned. I'm hurt that Ginny wasn't honest with me about the baby.
She didn't want to tell you because she was afraid you couldn't deal with it.
Did you encourage that, too?
Well, you had a lot of adjusting to do, Barrett. She didn't want to hurt you any more than you'd already been hurt.
But she underestimated my strength, Grandma.
That was a mistake, not a mortal sin.
Yes, I think I can accept that.
What do you plan to do?
Reach an understanding with Jenny. I think we can begin again. Start fresh. Maybe we'll even have a baby.
Oh, Barry. Give her time to mourn her baby. That's very important.
Yes. I know. And then maybe we can concern ourselves with the future and forget about the past.
Do you think that's possible?
You mean because of Ginny's love for Ryan Connor?
No. Because of your jealousy for Ryan Connor.
Ginny married me. She chose to stay with me. She could have married Ryan, but she didn't. And I intend to make our marriage work.
Barrett, it can't work unless you forgive her.
I can do that, Grandma.
And can you also trust her? Can you trust that she wants to be with you and not Ryan?
Yes, I can do that, too. I promise you, Grandma. I'll make her happy.
Jenny.
Jenny.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it wasn't your fault. Don't blame yourself.
Oh, Ryan, I've been so frightened and so alone.
Well, I'm here now, and we're gonna work this out together, all right?
It was a boy.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You, haven't finished reading the book I brought you the other day, darling?
No, I haven't.
I was going to bring you another one. I guess it's just as well I didn't. Would you like this one?
I really don't feel much like reading, Paige.
Oh. Well, I could bring you another book, or, how about some crosswords? You said that you and Elliot
Look,
just
what are you
left-
trying to do, Paige?
What do you mean?
The books, the crosswords. What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to help you pass the time, sweetheart, that's all.
Are you? Look, I don't want to talk about books and crosswords and passing the time. I want to talk about our lives.
Let's talk about our lives.
No, all right, let's talk about our lives. It isn't time to help poor Dennis get through a rough time. It's not let's pacify Dennis time. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take it out on you, but I am tired of it all. I'm tired of everybody understanding. Hey, Dennis, I understand. Dennis, I know exactly how you feel. Nobody knows how I feel, Paige. Why don't they understand that? Nobody knows what it's like to sit here and stare at the four walls and think about my life. Our life. What it could have been, what it might have been. We can't have anything.
We can, Dennis.
It's over. It's through.
No, don't say that.
It's true, Paige.
No.
Stryker came by a little while ago. Said the best I could hope for is 3 or 4 years. I might even go to jail for life.
That's not going to happen, Dennis.
Even so, Paige, it's no good for you. It's no good for either one of us.
Darling, I don't like the idea of our being separated any more than you do. But if that's the way it's going to be, then we're just going to have to deal with it.
No, we're not going to deal with anything, Paige.
Well, we have no choice,
We
Dennis.
have a choice. We have a choice. I think we should get a divorce.
Why didn't you call and tell me what was going on?
I thought about it, Max, but once we got on that sailor's trail, it...
Maybe that's Jeb and Elena.
Detective Michaels, New York Police. My partner.
Detective Phillips?
Well, Max Decker, what can I do for you?
The doctors have given us permission to ask Ricky Decker a few questions, if he feels up to it.
Well, I'll ask him.
Who's that?
It's the New York City Police. You feel like talking to him?
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
How you feeling?
Like a truck ran over me.
Yeah, I took a bullet myself about 5 years ago, so I know how you feel.
My brother tells me that that sailor didn't die.
No, we don't know. He's disappeared.
I'm sure he was hurt.
Maybe he fell overboard. Maybe he didn't.
You guys have any idea why he was holding my sister?
All she says, he was looking for a key.
A key?
A key she claims to know nothing about.
What made him think that she had it?
Well, he thought Bernie Stokes had given it to her.
Well, did he say what it was for, what it was supposed to open?
She says she doesn't know.
Well, you believe her story, don't you?
That sailor didn't believe it. He was gonna kill her. If he didn't find that key, and he is alive, Lena's still in danger.
What did you just say?
I said I'm offering you a chance for a divorce, Paige. You don't have to make a decision right away, but I think you should think about it seriously.
Have to think about
well,
it,
Paige,
Dennis.
you have to think
I
about
don't want a divorce, Dennis.
You haven't been listening to what I've been saying.
I've listened to every word, and I'm telling you, I don't want a divorce.
Look, if you're doing this out of some sense of loyalty...
I'm not doing it out of loyalty, Dennis. I'm saying it because I love you. Because we're married. You're my husband.
I was your husband.
You're still my husband.
I'm still your husband. You're out there, and I'm in here. What kind of a husband is that,
I don't want to
Paige?
hear any more about this.
Well, you're gonna hear about it because we're gonna talk about it. And all I've been doing is thinking about it night and day.
Why? Why do you want a divorce?
Can't you see, Paige? Do I have to spell it out in words?
I can see that we're married. That we're husband and wife. That's all.
All right,
I
what's
see.
a marriage for?
A marriage isn't for anything.
You're wrong, Paige. You're wrong. A marriage is for companionship. A marriage is for two people who love each other to be together, to help each other through hard times. We can't be together, Paige. I can't help you from in here.
This is not going to be forever.
Well, 3 or 4 years. That's
It'll
a long
go so
time,
quickly.
Paige. It could be longer.
Why are you doing this? Is this your way of getting back at me for all the things I've done to you?
I'm doing this because I love you, Paige. Because I don't want that love to die slowly without me being able to do anything about it.
Listen, don't worry about Elena. I'll take care of her.
Max, you can't be with her every minute of the day, and if that guy's still after her...
According to Elena, he believed her story about the key.
Maybe that's what he told her. The guy was going to kill her.
Jeb and I think he's leaving the country.
Suppose he doesn't.
The police have an idea on him, Ricky. I mean, they can track him down.
And suppose he tracks down Elena first.
Look, Ricky, he told Elena that he killed Bernie Stokes. Now, that's a murder charge. And he kidnapped Elena. Now, why would a guy hang around and risk getting caught?
Yeah, you're right.
Listen, you better get some rest.
Max, I want to talk some more.
You aren't in any pain, are you?
Those pills the nurse gave me are working now.
What are you thinking?
About Ginny. How terrible it is that she lost a baby.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Is she gonna be okay?
Well, it's going to take a lot of time for her to adjust, but I think she'll make it.
How's Steve?
Well, he's really broken up about it. I think he'll make it too.
What's she looking at, Steve?
Songbird?
Something wrong with her?
No, she's just standing out there like she knows something's wrong with Mom.
She does seem to be very quiet.
Maybe she thinks Mom will never ride her again.
Well, she's wrong. Your mother will be riding Songbird real soon, maybe within a week or so.
I keep trying to believe that.
Your mother will be coming home this afternoon from the hospital. Maybe tomorrow.
Are you sure?
Well, that's what your Aunt Courtney told me. She ought to know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe later we can go into Houston together and see Jenny.
Yeah, but they won't let kids my age visit people there.
I'll wheel her down to the lobby and you can see her there.
Let's go now.
No, no, no. There's time, Steve. There's time. Everything will be all right. You'll be fine, I promise you.
I feel bad about Mom losing the baby.
I know. I feel bad, too. But we have to accept it. Try to make the best of it. You know, I think God wanted the baby in heaven for safekeeping.
That's what Grandma said.
And Grandma's usually right about those things. When your mother comes home from the hospital, we're going to have to help her every way we can. She'll be upset about losing the baby.
Yeah, I know.
Knowing your mom, she'll probably try to hide it. But every now and then, she may burst into tears.
I hate to see Mom cry.
Me too. It's a natural way for her to deal with this loss. So don't let it get you upset. You just put your arms around her and hug her, and then she'll be okay. Think you can handle that?
I think so.
Then as soon as school's out, maybe we'll go on a little trip. Fisher Island, 3 of us. Think your mother would like that?
Yeah, I do.
Don't worry. We'll be okay. It's amazing what love can do. The hard times that it can get us through. That's what got me through those 5 years in the prison camp. My love for you and your mother.
I love Mom more than anyone in the whole world.
Me too, son. And we'll show her that. And that'll help more than anything else.
Are you in pain?
I dreamed about you yesterday. I thought you were here.
Well, I wanted to be here more than anything in the world. Do you remember asking Raina to visit me?
Mm-hmm. Did she help?
Yep, sure did.
She's been wonderful to me.
You know, if she hadn't been here, I wouldn't have been able to stay away. No matter what problems it would have caused with Barrett.
I don't remember seeing him yesterday.
You did see him in that. I think he knows that the baby was mine.
How could he?
Well, maybe you told him you were sedated and maybe you thought you were talking to me.
Oh, right.
No. It's all right. It's all right. No. I'm glad everything's out in the open now. It's just going to be easier for all of us. Now that it is out in the open, we can talk about it and deal with it.
Barrett won't be able to deal with it very well.
Look. Maybe it won't be so bad. Don't cry,
I
please.
wanted that baby so much. I thought if I couldn't have you, at least I could have the baby, you know?
Maybe we're going to work this out. I promise we'll work it out.
We can't. There's no way.
Well, Kate told me yesterday that Barrett was very calm and rational about everything.
But if he knows now, I'm so afraid of him. I'm afraid to see him. I'm afraid to talk to him.
You're not going to have to do it alone now. I'm going to be with you. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. You understand?
If he finds out that you're here, if he knows now, it's just going to make everything worse.
Ginny, listen to me. I told Barrett that if he ever hurt you, I'd do everything in my power to take you away from him. Well, he did hurt you, and now I'm not going to give you up. You understand?
But he's my husband.
He had no right to hurt you. Now, you have no obligation to stay with him because of what he did to you. Ginny, look at me. You've done everything humanly possible to make your marriage to Barrett work, but you never stood a chance because of his jealousy. Now, that's always going to be the problem.
I know he's sick.
But he won't get help. So his jealousy is just going to make him... It's going to make him destroy himself. Like it's destroying you.
Ryan.
Look what he's done to you. I love you, Ginny. And I know you love me.
Yes. Oh, yes, I do love you.
Then don't go back to the ranch. Don't go back to Barrett.
It's
please.
my home.
Please,
Steven's
please,
there.
stay. Don't go back. Stay here with me.
I hate Elena being in New York. Why don't we put her on a plane and send her back to Houston?
We're all going home tomorrow, including you.
Me?
That's right.
Max, I just got out of surgery.
Stryker arranged for a World Oil plane to take us all back. He even arranged for a doctor to fly with you to Houston.
That's terrific.
You know, there'll be an ambulance here to take you out to the airport and one waiting for you in Houston to take you out to Gulf Coast Hospital.
Will you thank Stryker for me?
Sure. Actually, it was Rena's idea.
How is Rena?
She's upset about Ginny. And you and Elena.
She doesn't need to be upset about me, and hopefully Ginny's gonna be all right.
So will Elena.
If she's still in danger, if that guy...
Wait. She agreed to come out to the ranch for a while so Jeb and I can keep an eye on her.
Max, you're not gonna try and talk her into giving up her career, are you?
No, if that's what she wants.
The record's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I know. I hear it all the time on the radio.
She's good, Max. She's really good.
I hope so. I hope so for all the trouble she's been through and caused people.
None of this was her fault, Max.
She should have stayed in school. Or gotten a job as a secretary. That Bernie Stokes and that Chris Shaw, that's how this whole mess got started.
Does Stryker still believe that Dennis Carrington killed Chris Shaw?
Dennis confessed.
Yeah, but you said that he was drunk. He didn't even remember what happened.
Stryker's trying to get the murder charge reduced to manslaughter.
You know, the more you tell me about that, the more I think Dennis Carrington didn't kill Chris Shaw.
Your time is up, Mrs. Carrington.
Better go now, Paige.
All right.
Remember what I said.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Because I have to think, sort things out.
Dennis, I don't think it's good that you're closing yourself off like this.
Why? I may spend the rest of my life in isolation. I might as well get used to it.
I love you. No matter what happens, I will always.
I have to go back.
No, you don't. Don't you understand?
I have to settle things with Barrett.
Barrett's gonna talk you into staying with him. He's gonna play on your guilt.
I can't just walk out on him.
I'm afraid for you. Now, you said yourself that you were afraid, right?
Whatever decision I make is going to affect Steve. I have to consider what's best for him.
Moving into town is the best thing for both of you. Now, I'm gonna go out to the ranch and I'll pick up Steve for you.
No, Ryan, that's not the answer. That won't settle anything. It'll only antagonize Barrett.
You're just not willing to give up, are you?
If Barrett is willing to get help and try to deal with his jealousy, then I have to make an effort.
And if he doesn't?
Then I promise I'll leave him.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
You want some more coffee?
No, thanks.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
It's great to be back, darling. Missed you a whole lot when I was in New York.
Yeah, what with Elena disappearing and all. You couldn't have had much time to think about me, much less miss me.
No, you're wrong, Nita. I thought about you a whole lot. Thought about you and Billy Joe Jr.
Won't be long now. There, right there. Feel him kick? Feel it? Right
Yeah, I heard him.
Boy.
I tell you, Billy Joe Jr.'s gonna have the best darn life a little kid ever had.
I hope you're not planning on spoiling him.
Hey, you bet I am, darling. I'm gonna spoil the living daylights out of him. I'm gonna be a good father, too. What are you thinking?
No, nothing. You sure you don't want any more coffee?
What is it, Nita? Something's bothering you.
Well, I was thinking. I was thinking about what happened in New York City. Billy Joe, did you have anything? You want some more coffee?
No, thanks.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
It's great to be back, darling. Missed you a whole lot when I was in New York.
Yeah, what with Elena disappearing and all. You couldn't have had much time to think about me, much less miss me.
No, you're wrong, Nita. I thought about you a whole lot. Thought about you and Billy Joe Jr.
Won't be long now. There, right there. Feel him kick? Feel it? Right
Yeah, I heard him.
Boy.
I tell you, Billy Joe Jr.'s gonna have the best darn life a little kid ever had.
I hope you're not planning on spoiling him.
Hey, you bet I am, darling. I'm gonna spoil the living daylights out of him. I'm gonna be a good father, too. What are you thinking?
No, nothing. You sure you don't want any more coffee?
What is it, Nita? Something's bothering you.
Well, I was thinking. I was thinking about what happened in New York City. Billy Joe, did you have anything to do with what happened to Elena?
Oh, how's my girl? Oh, how are you, honey?
I'm better, thanks.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I tell you, it's good to be back on the ranch. It is good to have Elena safe and sound.
Were you detained in New York? I was expecting you a couple of hours ago.
No, we went and we got Ricky checked in the hospital, and then Jeb went and saw Jenny for a few minutes.
Oh, I was there this morning. She's doing a lot better.
Good.
Irina, Max told me about what happened. Now, I really do appreciate everything you did for her.
Where's Max? I thought that he was driving you into the ranch.
He just stopped in the barn for a minute. He'll be in soon.
How was Ricky's trip to the hospital? Did he make it all right?
Well, he was comfortable most of the time, and he's doing okay now.
Yeah, the doctor on the flight that came out with us, he pretty well checked him over all the way there. Yeah.
Ah, hi, honey. Good to have you home. It's good to have everyone home. Come here.
You through with your breakfast?
Yeah.
You got a visitor.
My lawyer?
No, Dennis, it's me.
Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
What do you mean it has something to do with what happened to Elena?
Hey, I am sorry I brought it up.
No, what are you talking about here?
Sometimes you get mixed up with the wrong type of people.
Neither that hasn't happened for a long, long time now.
Oh, no? You think about that.
What do you mean?
When Bernie got himself killed, you and Elena were using his trailer.
Yeah, well, we started using his trailer way before Bernie came back from Houston. And you know it didn't have nothing to do with Bernie being killed. You know that.
Well, I didn't say that you did.
You're starting to sound like the cops and Maggie and everybody else now.
You know that's not how I feel.
Well, that's the way it sounds.
Well, that's not what I mean.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I love you, sweetheart.
I know you do.
And I promised you when you came back to me. Remember? You told me that you wouldn't have anything to do with me if I ever got mixed up with those types of people again, right?
Yeah, I remember.
And I promised you I'd never do that again. You remember that too?
Yeah.
Do you think I'd break that promise to you, Nita? Do you think I'd risk losing you again, huh?
Are you all settled in the Marshall house?
I'm staying in my parents' house.
Oh, I thought you were staying there, Jeb.
Oh, I am. Oh, no, wait a minute. I know what, no, I'm staying downstairs and she's staying upstairs in her own room.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. No, really, Rena, there's nothing for you to be nervous about, because, I mean, Grandma Kate thinks it's terrific and everything.
Look, Jeb, it's okay with me. How long are you planning to stay?
I'm not sure yet.
Listen, we were thinking about having a barbecue this week, and we'd like you all to come.
Hey, that sounds great.
Well, Max, I'll tell you something. It's not going to be anything fancy, you understand?
Well, who ever heard of a fancy barbecue?
Well,
we'd love to come. Do you want me to bring anything like a potato salad, chicken?
No, I am going to help Jeb prepare the meal, and we just want you and Max to bring yourself.
Oh, it's really good to have you back where you belong, Elena.
Max, I'm not going to stay forever.
I know.
Please don't be mad at me for coming here.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you or anyone else. Why should I waste all my energy being mad when it takes all my energy just to get by a day in this place?
I know you told me not to come, but I had to see you. Must be horrible for you in this place. But it won't be for long.
No?
I'm sure of it.
Well, then you must know something that I don't, Mom. Because from what Stryker said, I have a pretty long lease on this cell. If not another one.
Don't talk like that.
Why not, Mom? I can say anything I want. I'm in jail. What more can they do to me now?
I went to the police. I told them everything.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Stryker told me about that. You know something, Mom? I think you deserve a medal. No, you deserve a gold star.
Please, Dennis.
Please, Dennis, what, Mom? Don't face the facts? Don't resign myself the next 20 years in jail?
It hurts me to see you so bitter.
Oh, and heaven forbid that you should be hurt, Mom. After all you've gone through?
I know. I'm to blame for a great deal that's happened to you. I was wrong in not encouraging you to go to the police that night. I know that now.
Well, it's not very easy, you know?
But Dennis, when you couldn't remember...
I didn't have to remember, Mom. All I needed was for you to tell me that you found the paperweight with the blood on it lying there next to me. You could have done that, Mom. You could have reminded me that I killed Chris Shaw.
I didn't want to believe that. Surely you can
I can understand, Mom, that you interfered in my life once again, just like you do with everyone that comes in contact with you.
It's true, I suppose, but I don't mean to.
Well, whether you mean to or not, that's the way it is.
It's only because I love you. Because I want to help you.
Help me, Mom? You call sneaking around and using people helping?
I did it for you.
You did it for me. Oh, come on, Mom. You know, you can't use that ploy on me anymore. And what you did for me, Mom, was to put me right here in jail. What you should have done, Mom, was to tell me the minute Chris Shaw knocked on your door. You should have sent him to me, and I would have told him exactly what to do with this blackmail. You should never have been involved in this, Mom. Never!
Dennis.
Now, do you see why I didn't want you to come here?
Is your mind at ease now that Elena is safe?
Well, I think so. I've been keeping my fingers crossed that she doesn't get in any more trouble, but I won't count on it.
At least you've accepted her career. I'm glad, darling.
Well, I didn't have much choice. She's determined to go ahead with it. And unless I never want to see her again...
Max, I think you can work it out so that both you and Elena will be happy.
Oh, I missed you.
I missed you.
I'm real glad you stayed at your mama and your daddy's while I was in New York.
I couldn't have stayed here. Not by myself.
Why? There's nothing to be frightened of.
It's not that I would have been frightened, darling. It's that I would have been lonely.
Well, one of these days, I'm gonna build you a big house and you'll be real comfortable in it.
Max, it's not the cabin that's lonely. It's being here without you.
Well, I'm never gonna leave you here alone again. That's a promise. You're feeling better. That must mean that Ginny's starting to feel better.
She's coming home this afternoon.
Oh, that's good. She needs that more than anything. To be with people she loves. To be able to sit on the front porch. I think that'll help her get well quicker than anything.
I hope so.
Well, I'm sure of it. Now I gotta get back to work.
You gonna be home for lunch?
You bet.
I'm glad you told me all about what happened. I feel a lot better now.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Because I don't want anything upsetting the mother of my son.
Me neither.
You know, I sure am glad that you took the day off for Maggie's.
Oh, Maggie didn't mind. Besides, it's the least I can do, seeing as we've been away from each other for about a week.
We should just quit Maggie's altogether.
Oh, honey, you know I can't. We need the money.
We're gonna have plenty of money. I mean, once Lena's royalties start rolling in from that record, man, we're gonna be rich.
Yeah, well, until they're due, I'll keep working. Besides, I like being busy. You know, I got an idea.
What?
Why don't I cook you a surprise supper? Hmm?
Oh, yeah? What?
Well, it's a surprise. I'm gonna go and do the shopping and get the fixings right now.
Hey, you want me to go with you to the store?
Well, then it wouldn't be a surprise.
Oh, yeah, right.
I won't be long.
Yeah, well, I got a couple errands to do myself, but I'll be back in time for supper.
Okay.
Mm.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Now, little Key, it's about time we found out exactly what your little surprise is here.
You're absolutely right. I have made a mess of things. I wish there was some way I could make it up to you.
Stryker's the only one who can help me now, Mom.
It's true, I suppose, but I still wish there was something.
Look, I appreciate the thought, Mom, but I'd really rather you didn't try and do anything more for me. I do hope you understand.
Try not to be too hard on me. With Alex in the hospital, you're all I have now.
How is Alex?
He's the same. The doctors say that for the moment he's out of danger.
There's no chance he'll have a second stroke.
They don't think so.
Well, that's good news.
Yes. But it's as if he weren't really there. He just lies there, staring forward. I talk to him, touch him. There's never the hint of a response. The doctors don't even think he's aware.
I'm sorry, Mom.
To think that it's the same man who was once so assertive, so vital. You know, Alex always had a special fondness for you.
Look, Mom, we weren't going to talk about that, remember?
No, you're right. Not now. It's just that I feel so lonely.
Well, if it's any consolation, Mom, I feel lonely, too.
At least you still have Paige.
No, Mom. I don't.
Rena!
What's the matter?
I was just riding over to check on the fences in the North Range. You know what's going on over there.
What is it, Max?
They're putting heavy equipment on the Harper land.
Oh, darling,
Justin is going to have an oil rig up over there in 3 or 4 weeks.
Now, Max, we know what Justin's been doing. We've been expecting it.
Well, I wasn't.
But, Max!
I didn't think Justin would be so stupid that he'd go through with it, or that World Oil would waste their money by sinking a dry well.
Justin convinced Alex Wheeler that there is oil on the Harper property.
Well, he's just bluffing. Justin knows damn well there's no oil over there.
You getting worked up like this isn't going to help matters.
Well, I just can't sit here and do nothing about it.
You know that Stryker is trying to find some legal way of stopping it, but until then,
Until then, Justin is going to have his crews working double time, and we'll be looking at a forest full of oil rigs over there. No, I won't stand for it.
Okay, what do you want to do about it?
Well, I'm going to town.
What for?
I'm going to talk to Justin.
Now, wait a minute. Max, you've tried that before, and it hasn't helped.
Well, I'll try one more time.
What if he doesn't listen to you this time? Honey, let me call Iris. Maybe she can intervene.
I'll take care of this myself.
Max!
I've offered to give Paige a divorce.
When?
She came by yesterday. I told her then. Well, I guess this makes you very happy, doesn't it, Mom?
Did she ask for the divorce?
No. But I think it's the only answer. The way things look right now, I'm going to be in jail for at least 3 years, maybe longer. It's unfair to make her wait that long, Mom. It's unfair to both of us. And I hate the idea of being in prison while my marriage disintegrates and I can't do anything about it.
I know this decision must have caused you a great deal of pain, but I think it's a wise one.
Now, I've asked Paige not to come by here anymore, at least for a while. I'm gonna ask you to do the same thing.
Oh, Dennis,
Look,
you
Mom,
can't.
it's what I want, all right?
All right. For a while.
Sorry, Mrs. Wheeler, your time is up.
Yes. Goodbye, Dennis.
Goodbye, Mom.
Hello, Iris.
Eddie.
How's it going, Dad?
All right. How are you? I was surprised to see Iris here.
Just as surprised as I was when she came by.
I hope you weren't too hard on her, Dennis. She's going through a rough time right now.
Well, that makes two of us, Dad. Sorry.
It's all right. Your mother's goodbye seemed almost final.
They were. I asked her not to come by for a while.
Well, that is your choice.
Look, Dad, I've had something on my mind, and I just like to discuss it with you.
What is it?
Well, until Stryker can get me out of here on bail, assuming he can do that, well, until he can do that, I'd like you to stay in my apartment. I know your place is kind of small, and, well, I just feel a lot better if somebody stayed in the apartment.
Well, that's what you want, Dennis. I'll be glad to. Temporarily.
Well, that's just the point, Dad. I'm not sure it's going to be temporary.
The non-stop through bus to Amarillo is now boarding at gate 16.
Come on, you gotta be here. 51. Come on, get in there, Key. Do your stuff.
Last call for through bus to Amarillo, gate 16.
Dennis, there's no reason to give up hope.
Dad, hope wears thin after you've been in this place a couple of days.
Stryker has asked the DA to reduce the charges against you from first-degree murder to manslaughter.
Oh, great. Now I can look forward to a 10-year prison sentence instead of 20.
Well, if I have anything to do with it, you won't be sentenced at all.
Dad, I appreciate your concern. But there's nothing you can do to change the course of justice.
Well, there are just too many loose ends in this
Loose
case.
ends or not, Dad. The DA isn't going to let a murderer loose out on the streets.
I don't believe that you're a murderer. Dennis, have you forgotten that quite recently I was accused of being a traitor?
But you weren't.
Yes, but nobody knew that. In fact, the general consensus was that I was a traitor. There was no proof against it. Only you and a few of my friends couldn't believe it and wouldn't rest until I was absolved.
Dad, that was a completely different story.
No, it wasn't. You didn't believe that I could be a traitor. I don't believe that you could kill anyone, even accidentally.
Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore, all right?
But, Dennis, you have to talk about it and think about it until you remember more
That's
of what
all I've
happened
been
that night.
hearing from people, Dad.
I'm sorry. One feels helpless.
Look, Dad, I appreciate your concern. I really do. But night and day, that's all I've been hearing from people who care about me. And I'm tired, Dad. I'm really tired of trying to remember. I can't remember what happened that night. I'll never remember. So what's the use?
All right. If that's what you want.
It is.
We won't discuss it further. But I am not going to see you go to jail for a crime I don't think you committed. One way or another, I'm going to get you off.
you.
Why? Why?
Why?
But Ricky and Jeff, they didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
I got my orders.
Is that why you killed somebody? Because you got your orders?
I couldn't let you go if I wanted to. It's too late.
No, it's not too late.
You've seen me.
I won't tell anybody, I promise. Please. Don't kill me.
I've got no choice. Don't you see? I got to.
No. I don't want to die. Please. I don't want to die.
Hey, welcome to the land of the living.
I only meant to lie down for a minute. I guess I fell asleep.
Well, Elena, you know what? I was gonna come and I was gonna fix you lunch, but then I figured you needed your sleep. How you feeling?
A little better. I'm okay.
Good. How do you like being back at the old homestead?
It's all right. I don't really know how long I'm gonna stay, though.
Kind of anxious to get back to your singing career, huh?
Sort of. It's the only thing I really want to do. Jeb, how do you feel about me barging in on your house?
Elena, it's your house. And once Ricky gets out of the hospital, he'll be staying here, too.
Yeah, I know that, but you had it all to yourself. Are you sure that you don't mind me staying there?
I want you to stay as long as you want to stay. Hey, what's the matter? Something's wrong here.
No, I'm okay.
No, you're not. No, something's bothering you. Now, talk to me, okay? Tell me.
I was just thinking about what a mess I got everybody into.
Come on. Now, you cannot blame yourself for that. That could have happened to anybody.
Yeah, but it didn't, Jeb. Poor Ricky.
Ricky is going to be okay. You heard what the doctor said. Once that bullet hole mends, he's going to be good as new.
Yeah, I know.
So what's wrong?
I was thinking about Joe.
Look, that sailor Joe is gone. There's nothing for you to worry about. You're never going to see that guy again.
I wish I could believe that.
Well, it's Bernie's suitcase. He had in the trailer all the time.
Just get me some figures. I'll consider it. No promises. As soon as you can. I'll call you back. Well, if it isn't John Wayne, come to shoot up the place, tell us to get off his land.
I warned you, Justin.
Don't threaten me again, Max. Those kind of words can get you in a lot of trouble.
You're the one who's gonna have all the trouble.
I take it you've seen the heavy equipment being delivered over to the Harper property, huh?
What I want to know is, what the hell you think you're doing?
I told you before, Max, I'm in the business of finding oil. My first strike is going to be on the Harper land.
The hell it is. You know that all you're gonna find in those wells is a lot more hot air.
Just keep looking out your window, Max, and I'll prove to you that I'm not bluffing.
Hey, Justin, I just heard... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were busy.
Yeah, Bubba. Max was just leaving.
You, Bubba Wadsworth.
Last time I looked.
Who are you? Barbara, this is Max Decker.
Well, 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 what do you know, Max? Well, I'm pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
Barbara, our Max doesn't take kindly to old people.
Yeah, well, that's a shame, Max. I mean, I and Justin was sorry that you didn't want to go in business with us.
Some people can't accommodate themselves to the changing times, Bubba.
You're still interested, Bubba. Maybe we can make a deal.
Well, I'm always interested in a deal. What you got in mind?
How would you like to drill on my property?
Hey, look, now come on. For all we know, this guy is probably dead.
No, he is not dead, Jeb. I know he's not.
Elena, how do you know that?
I just know it.
Come on now, I think your imagination is running away with you. I mean, the guy was shot. You saw that yourself.
Jeb, if that shot had killed him, he would have been right there on that ship.
Well, he was wounded. He probably fell overboard, and I bet you the sharks had him for lunch.
No, I don't think that's what happened.
Oh. You are determined to let this get the best of you now, aren't you?
I cannot go through that again.
And you're not gonna have to.
What happens if he comes back to Houston? What happens if he tries to kill me again?
That's not gonna happen.
How can you be so sure of that?
Because I am sure. Because I'm not gonna let it happen.
Jeb, he wants that key.
But you don't have the key. He knows that. You said so yourself. You're of no use to him at all, Elena. Now, come on.
Now, what happens if he thinks that I'm going to identify him to the police or something?
Look, the police right there. He knows that she went to the police. Plus, he also knows that me and Ricky can identify him.
That's great. Then what happens if he comes after you and Ricky now?
He's not going to do that. And you know what? Max thinks that he left the country.
Yeah?
Yeah. The guy would be an idiot to show his face around here, Elena.
I hope you're right.
I am right. Believe me, okay? Now, don't you think about it no more.
I'll try not to. I can't help it.
If you want to think about something, you think about the great time we had in New York. We had fun there, didn't we?
Yeah, we had an incredible time. It all seems like a dream, though, you know? It seems like it happened years ago. Think we'll ever get to go back to New York again?
Let's go right now. Let's go book a flight right now.
No, come on, really.
Well, okay, as Billy Joe puts it, darling, now, them superstars always got to be there in New York City, right? Right?
Well, I don't know about the superstar part. But if you were with me, it would be nice.
How was your visit with Dennis?
All right. I mentioned to him that I was surprised to see you there.
He is my son, Elliot.
Well, I'm aware of that, but I'm also aware that he had asked not to see you.
Yes, I know, but I had to see him. I had to talk to him. It's not fair what he's doing to me.
Doing to you?
He blames me for everything that's happened.
Well, I don't think that's entirely true, but you must admit, Iris, you made things difficult for Dennis by not telling him exactly what happened the night of the murder.
I was trying to protect him. I acted instinctively.
Well, be that as it may, did you think you could keep it a secret forever?
Dennis was drunk. He couldn't remember. Yes. Yes, I thought there was a possibility of hiding the truth indefinitely. It doesn't really matter now what I thought, does it?
I suppose not.
I've gone to the police, made a clean breast of everything. I can only hope that will satisfy Dennis and that he will forgive me.
Well, I'm sure he will. In time. I do think you have to give him that time.
Do you believe Dennis will go to prison?
Iris, Dennis is already in prison. Question now is, can we get him out?
Can we?
Well, I'm afraid I don't have the answer to that question. All we can do now is give him the support he needs and hope for the best.
going to be very difficult for me to give him anything. Not to mention support when he won't even allow me to visit him.
Well, as I said, give him time and he'll get over that.
Elliot, there's something we have to discuss. I've wanted to mention it before, but it never seemed the right time.
Right time for what?
I'm worried about your reaction to what I'm about to say, and I do hope you won't be upset.
Well, we'll know in a moment, won't we? Well, what is it, Iris?
If all our efforts fail, and Dennis is sentenced to prison...
Oh, Iris, this is no time to entertain the worst possibility.
I know that, but if in fact our worst fears are realized...
Yes?
Before he's taken away, I want him to know.
Know what?
I want Dennis to know that Alex is his real father.
What are you up to?
Well, you've got all that heavy equipment on the Harper place. Before long, I'll be looking at a lot of oil rigs, right?
That's right.
So you win.
You mean you're gonna stop trying to fight me?
That's right. If you can't beat him, join him.
Max, are you, willing to sell your property, or are you just interested in leasing the mineral rights?
I want to lease the mineral rights.
Well, that's fine with me.
On the condition that you and Justin sell me the Harper place.
Why?
Well, the Harper land is twice as big as mine. The oils are my land. So I'll just move over to the Harper place, tend my cattle, and leave you to pump that black gold to your heart's content.
No deal.
Now, you hold on a minute.
I said no deal. You're too late, Max. You had your chance and you've blown it. Sorry, buddy.
What have you done? Gone crazy?
Crazy like a fox.
Well, you listen to me, big fella. The only reason we moved all that stuff up to the Harper place was so he would give in. And we could drill on his land. Now, he gave in. And you say no.
He hasn't given in, Bubba.
Well, it looks like he gave in to me.
He's figured out a way to double-cross us. He would have never given in that fast.
How is he gonna double-cross us if we got the mineral rights?
His father-in-law is the best lawyer in Texas. By the time we get a contract worked out to everyone's satisfaction, you and I'll be 80 years old, and Max's grandchildren will be on this ranch, and they won't have a derrick to look at.
Are you sure? You sure you figure this right?
Yeah, I'm sure. And it'll cost us a fortune to get those mineral rights for Max's land.
Oh, so what? I mean, so what if there's oil there? We have more money than we know what to do with.
There's oil there, all right. I'm not going to pay for it, and you're not either.
Nita? Honey?
Smokes. There's $3 million in here. Bernie, where'd you get all this money? Well, no wonder those guys were after the key. What am I going to do with it? I gotta hide it. Yeah, but where? Well, hey!
Hi, sweetie.
Where were you at, honey?
Well, I was at the store getting things for your surprise supper.
Oh, yeah, well, I know. I thought, I thought you were back already.
Well, I was, but I forgot a few things, so I had to go back to the store.
Oh, you sure it's all right for you to be running around that much?
Yeah, the doctor says it's good for me. Besides, I do a heck of a lot more walking and working than Maggie's every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, honey, don't worry. Baby's not due for another month yet.
Well, you still shouldn't overexert yourself.
I won't. Hey, you know what? I got this idea.
Yeah, what?
Why don't I go pay Ricky a visit at the hospital? Now that I got this afternoon off, you know. I know he's feeling better, but I think it'd be nice.
Nita, I think that's a great idea.
Hey, you want to come with me?
No, I got to take care of some stuff around here first, but I'll probably drive out there a little later on.
Okay. Well, I better get going if I'm going to be back in time to fix your surprise supper. Hey, Billy Joe, whose suitcase is this?
What you mean is that you want Dennis to know that Alex is his biological father.
Yes?
Do you really think that that information is important to Dennis at this time?
I do.
Aren't you really saying that it is important for you?
Of course it's important for me. But it's also important for Alex.
Iris, with all due respect, in Alex's condition, he won't know the difference.
I'm not certain what Alex is or isn't aware of at the moment. The doctors use fancy words, but I don't think they know any more than I do. The point is, I think Dennis should know for his own sake. If he does go to prison, this may be the last chance he will ever have to see his father, to know who his father really is.
Iris, I am Dennis's father. For 25 years, I have been Dennis's father. I will not let you or anyone else take that away from me.
Elliot, I'm not trying to.
I loved him. I took care of him. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Of course it means something to me. It means a great deal.
A great deal. I doubt it. I don't think you've even given that a second thought. I don't think you're concerned with anyone but yourself and your precious Alex.
Of course I'm concerned about Alex. I love him.
I love Dennis. And I will not let you do this, not on a whim.
It's not a whim.
That is exactly what it is. Why else would you have waited 25 years to tell him?
I waited because I lost Alex. And now I'm afraid of losing him again. Now, I will not let Dennis lose him too. Not without knowing the truth.
The truth? The truth, Iris, is that you are a selfish woman who doesn't who doesn't care about anyone's feelings but her own. A woman who has lied to both her son and her husband for all these years. But this, I will not let you do this. And if you try, you won't get away with it. I'll fight you. I will fight you.
You can fight all you want, Elliot. My mind is made up.
It's yours, isn't it?
Well, no. As a matter of fact, it's Ricky's. Yeah, because he brought it to New York, but then when they put him in the hospital, I told him I'd take care of it.
Why didn't Elena take it? She's his sister.
Hey, well, you know what state Elena was in. I told you all about her. She was doing the best she could, just keep track of her own bags.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, you know, Ricky was away from Houston for a couple of weeks. I bet you this thing is just full of dirty clothes. Why don't I take it and wash everything in it, and then he won't have to worry about it when he gets out of the hospital?
No need. I already looked inside. Everything's clean. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Ricky, he must have taken it all of this stuff, everything over to a laundry and had it all clean before he went to New York.
Well, are you sure?
I'm positive, honey. Hey, you better get it going if you're going to get to that hospital, huh?
No, I got plenty of time.
Oh, yeah, well, I was talking to Elena, and she said she was going to be at the hospital this afternoon, and I thought it might be a nice idea if you got there before she left so you could see her. I mean, you haven't talked to her since she got back from New York.
Well, that is a good idea. Hey, I'm going to go comb my hair and freshen up right now.
Well, great, and then I'll run you over.
Okay.
Hello, Billy Joe.
Detective Donovan.
You mind if I come in?
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Isn't Rena coming in?
No, she's going home. She's got some things to do.
Oh, I thought maybe she could stop for a cup of tea and we could relax a bit.
Well, she has to go. You know, she spent an awful lot of hours with me in the last couple of days.
She was afraid she might run into Barrett, wasn't she?
I don't blame her.
You know, Barrett was really upset because he couldn't pick you up, Ginny. But with the new shipment of cattle coming in
It's
and
okay,
all...
Kate.
It's wonderful to have you back.
Mom!
Hi, honey.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Don't do me.
I've got no choice. Don't you see? I got to.
No! I don't want to die. Please. I don't want to die.
Please, God, let it all be over.
Hey, you better get a move on if we're going to get you to the hospital, huh?
No, I got lots of time.
Yeah, well, I talked to Lynn earlier, and she said she was going to be at the hospital this afternoon. And I thought it might be a nice idea if you just, got over there before she left, seeing as how you haven't got a chance to talk to Lynn since you got back from New York.
Well, that is a good idea. I'm going to go right now, comb my hair, and freshen up a little.
Well, great. Then I'll run you over.
Hello, Billy Joe.
Detective Donovan.
Mind if I come in?
Well, sure. Come on in.
Honey, is that the front door I heard?
Yeah, Nita, it's Detective Donovan.
Hello, Mrs. Ray.
Oh, hello. Well, what do you want with Billy Joe?
I just have to ask your husband a few questions.
Texas, starring Beverly McKenzie.
Are you tired?
Oh, a little bit. It's so nice being out in the fresh air, though.
You want to sit down here on the porch for a little while?
Sure, why not?
You know, Songbird was really happy to see you. So was Morning Glory.
Well, I'm not so sure about Morning Glory.
You know, one of the guys at the 4-H club has a heifer that looks just like her, but she's not as big.
You know, you haven't even talked about the baby.
I didn't want to make you sad.
I'd be sad whether we talk about it or not.
You really wanted a baby, didn't you?
Yes, I did, honey. But it just wasn't meant to be.
That's what Max told me. Did you cry?
Yes. Did you?
Yeah. I was afraid you weren't going to come home from the hospital.
Didn't your father tell you I was all right?
Yeah, but I didn't believe him. I was afraid you weren't... I was going to see you again.
Well, I'm fine, and I'm home now. So there's no reason to be afraid anymore.
Jenny upstairs resting?
No, she and Steve have gone out for a walk.
He's monopolized her from the moment she set foot in this house. He won't even let her out of his sight.
That's natural enough, Barry. He thought she was going to die in the hospital, and he'd never see her again. You know, once he's satisfied that she's all right, he'll turn his attention to other things.
I'm surprised that Rena didn't invite herself over for the duration of the afternoon. Lord knows she doesn't have enough else to do.
There's a lot of anger building up inside you, Barry. Now, you know nothing good will come of that.
Why shouldn't I be angry? My wife's hardly said 2 words to me since she got home.
Jenny probably figured that reassuring Steve was the most important thing she had to do at this moment. Now, he's just a child, Barry. He doesn't understand what's been happening.
There's a lot of other things that I don't understand, too, Grandma.
Well, let Jenny work it out with Steve. The two of you have plenty of time to work out your problems.
I want to get it over and done with.
Well, in the mood you're in, I'd wait.
Are you suggesting that I pretend not to know that the baby that Jenny carried was Ryan Connor's and not mine?
Barrett, you can deal with that eventually. Now is not the right time.
It's a perfect time.
What happened to all that understanding you were talking about this morning? You said you wanted to make a whole new start.
That's what I want.
Fresh and new.
Exactly, that's what I want.
Part of you wants it. But another part of you wants to lash out at the world because you think you've been deceived.
I'll work it out.
Barrett, you better work it out within yourself first before you talk to Ginny.
I have worked it out.
Ginny's a good woman, Barrett. Don't judge her for being human. You do love her, don't you?
Yes.
Well, build on that love, then. Don't destroy it with all this anger and resentment. I think it's possible for you to put all that behind you and make a start. But it's up to you.
You don't mind if my wife finishes getting ready to go to the hospital while we talk to you?
Well, please, be my guest.
Go on, Nita. I'll take care of this.
Can I offer you anything to Tex or Donovan?
Oh,
Don't bother her. He won't be staying that long. Look, Donovan, I'm a busy man here. I ain't got time for these little visits of yours.
I hear you and your friend Elena Decker had quite a time for yourselves up in New York.
Is that what you heard?
Yeah. I hear you ran into trouble.
Now, what's that got to do with you?
Maybe nothing. But that's what I'm here to find out.
Well, I'm telling you, it ain't got nothing to do with you. So now that you found that out, why don't you just go on home, huh?
Oh, hold on, Rye. Wait just a minute. Not so fast. You know, if I didn't know you better, I'd think you were trying to hide something.
Look, Donovan, what are you trying to do here? Drum up some business and make it look like you deserve a raise?
No, I don't need to do that. You and that Decker girl are making it real easy for me.
Sure, I get it. You found yourself an ex-con, like me. So you think you got it made, don't you? Because just as soon as anything happens, you come to pin it on your flunky, don't you?
Oh, now, come on, Ryan. Nobody's trying to pin anything on anybody. All I want to know is just a little bit more about that sailor you ran into in New York.
Hey, don't give me that sailor stuff, huh? The guy's name is Joe Foster. You know that already.
Well, what makes you think that?
Because you heard all about it from the New York cops. Huh? Otherwise, you wouldn't be coming over here knocking on my door, now would you, huh?
Just checking.
Yeah, well, why don't you just go check somewhere else for a change, huh?
Why? when you and Elena Decker seem to have all the information I need, huh? You know, I hear Elena knew this Joe Foster from Houston.
Well, then you heard wrong. She didn't know Foster. She just met him, that's all. He was a customer at the coop.
Is Miss Decker in the habit of asking all her customers back to the trailer?
She didn't ask him over, man. He decided to come over on his own.
He abducted her. Or so the story goes.
Yeah, that's what Elena tells me. I ain't got no reason to doubt her.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, if he abducted her from her trailer in Houston, why didn't you report it to the Houston police at the time?
I'm looking at that reason sitting here right here in front of me.
That's very funny, right? That's so funny, I might just haul you down to the station house for more questions.
Now, look, Donovan, I told you, I gotta drive my wife over to the hospital. We're gonna see Ricky Decker. We're supposed to meet Elena. If that's all right with you.
Yeah, sure, that's all right with me. Besides, I found out what I wanted to know anyway.
Yeah, no, what's that?
That you don't want to talk about what happened to Foster, or whatever he was after.
Look, Donovan, if the sailor's dead, it don't matter what he was after.
Oh, it matters, Billy Joe. It matters a lot. Surprised to see me?
Sleep well?
How long have you been here?
Couple of hours. How do you feel?
Not as well as anyone can feel who's got a bullet hole in his stomach.
Just glad you're okay. Hey, are you in any pain right now?
Oh, a little. They gave me some stuff to kill most of it. Of course, it makes it kind of hard to understand what I'm talking about half the time. I say anything in my sleep to incriminate me?
No. Ricky,
Yeah?
promise me that you'll be careful about not taking too many painkillers.
I leave that to the doctors.
Yeah, they can be habit forming, you know.
Are you speaking from experience? Hey, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. It's true. I was having trouble with pills. That's why I was so jumpy all the time.
Yeah, I thought there was something wrong. Especially that night that you froze up in front of the TV camera.
Yes, if it hadn't been for you getting up there and singing with me, I would have blown the entire thing.
It's real good to hear you laugh again.
Yeah, it feels good too, Ricky. I am just so glad that that's over. I hope the rest of it is too.
You mean Joe?
Yeah, I'm afraid to open the door to my apartment. Sometimes I'm afraid that he'll be standing there. And I keep dreaming about him and that sea serpent tattoo.
It's over, Elena. He knows you've gone to the police by now. He'd be crazy to show his face here in Houston again.
Cat got your tongue?
Wasn't expecting you.
I can imagine.
New York paper said you'd been shot. She might have died.
Hoping?
Hardly.
That takes more than a bullet grazing your arm to kill someone.
Guess the paper's got it wrong.
Guess they did.
So, where'd you end up? One of your Chinatown haunts?
Yeah, sure. Went and got acupuncture.
You should have called.
Sure. So you could tell the police where I was?
Oh, Joe, now don't come whining around here looking for sympathy. I didn't ask you to louse things up.
I didn't louse things up.
Ah! You keep your grubby hands off of me.
Don't do that again. You hear me?
Or what? Oh, Joe, you're a fool. You're a fool for ever showing your face around here again.
Well, what am I supposed to do, huh? Waste away eating bean sprouts in Chinatown? Well, you take all the profits? Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Well, it's not going to happen.
I'm not taking the rap for Bernie and Chris.
I never told you to kill Chris or Bernie. They wouldn't talk. You got carried away. You play too rough, Joe.
Yeah, I do play rough. Remember that.
I don't have to. Because we're through.
Wrong. We're not through, as long as I know what I know. And I'm not going anywhere till I get my share of that $1 million.
Joe, forget it. The Decker girl doesn't have the key. She doesn't know where the money is.
Maybe not. But somebody else does know.
What are you babbling about?
The key, the money, someone else has it.
Oh? And just who do you think this person is?
Elena's manager, Billy Joe Wright.
Anita, you ready yet?
I'll be right out. Well, have you and Detective Donovan finished talking?
Yeah?
For the time being. Nice to see you again, Mrs. Wright.
Same here.
When's that little one due?
Oh, about a month now.
Why, you have a few questions you want to ask him, too?
Just asking. Sorry to bother you.
Boy, that Detective Donovan's getting to be a real pain.
Now, what was that all about?
Nothing for you to be concerned about, darling. He's just letting his curiosity get the better of him, that's all. He wanted to ask about what was happening in New York.
But you promised me that you were not involved in what happened to Elena in New York City.
Honey, I'm not involved. I was just there, that's all. You know how those cops are. They got to question everybody.
Yeah, but why the Houston police?
Because Elena got kidnapped in Houston, and at least she met this guy there. That's why. Now, honey, will you stop worrying? I keep on telling you, it don't mean nothing.
Okay.
Now, look, you got to get a move on here. You're going to go see Ricky and Elena, huh?
Why don't I just take the bus?
No, I ain't going to have my pregnant wife taking no bus.
Look, I am no invalid. I can get it right outside the door here, and it will stop off right in front of the hospital. It's real easy. I did it the whole time you were in New York City.
You ain't taking no bus, darling, all right? I don't want to hear any more about it.
All right. Listen, I'm going to run a few errands before the stores close. Can I get you anything?
You can only come back if you smile. I only let pretty smiling girls sit by my bed and hold my hand, you know.
Mm-hmm. I'll work on it.
Elena! Oh, honey! Oh, it's so good to see you.
Thank you.
Well, hi, Ricky.
Well, if it isn't a breath of spring.
Thought I'd pay you a visit.
Billy Joe and Bernie shared the trailer before the police raided Chris Shaw's porno operation. They were buddies.
Wright's a greenhorn. He doesn't have enough sense to sit on all that stolen cash this long. If he had that key, he'd be spending that money like crazy.
Maybe he didn't know what the key opened.
Would have told the Decker girl.
Maybe not.
No. I dealt with Wright on that record deal that Jim Lawrence and I financed for him. If he'd had that kind of dough, I would have known it.
Why? Maybe he's smarter than you think.
No, look, forget it, Joe.
What do you mean? You were the one who thought Elena had the key.
Yeah, because you said that the last thing Bernie Stokes said before he died was Elena's name.
It's worth a shot. We're talking about $1 million.
You darling, I love you. But I never thought I was going to get you out of here. All this pretty green stuff, huh? Woo! Boy, you smell rich. Yes, sir. What am I gonna do? Yes, sir, green's my favorite color, but this has to be the prettiest shade I've ever seen. Where am I gonna hide all you pretty little bills, huh? Nice. too obvious. Well, maybe this might be just the place. Maybe it is just too obvious. Come on, let's go. Come on. Woo! Come on, darlings. Let's get going here. Here we go. Yes, come on in there, darling. I'll slumber tonight. Get a little needle and thread from Nita's sewing kit, and everything will be just fine. Oh, I'll tell you, I know one little couple is going to sleep real good tonight.
What you doing?
Making tea.
Grandma could have done that for you.
I know, but I like to move around a little. I'll rest when I get tired.
Mind if I join you? Haven't seen much of you since you got back from the hospital.
I've only been home a couple of hours. You've been busy.
Is it really so difficult to be with me, Ginny? Do you hate me that much?
I don't hate you, Barrett.
Do you remember much about being in the hospital?
Not much. I was sedated most of the time.
You told me that if you lost the baby, you'd never forgive me.
I remember.
Well, now I know why you felt that strongly. The baby you lost was Ryan Connor's, not mine.
$1 million is a lot of money. Do you think I need you to tell me that? Then what the hell are we waiting for?
We're not talking about the amount of money. We're talking about a plan for finding it. Frankly, yours stinks.
Yeah, well, we'll see how badly you think it stinks when we're sitting around sticking our noses in a pile of greenbacks. All right. You don't like the plan? I'll go it alone.
Just how do you plan to find this key, even if Wright has it?
I'll find a way.
Don't tell me you plan to rifle his apartment the way you did the trailer.
If I have to.
Or maybe you're gonna kidnap Wright and take him aboard some ship down in Galveston Harbor.
That was your idea.
Yeah, Wright has a wife.
His wife is pregnant.
All the better.
I don't operate like that.
Which is exactly why you always end up on the bottom.
Well, I'm not going to end up on the bottom this time.
Then maybe you better give that wife of Billy Joe's a little bit more thought.
How you feeling?
I'd be feeling a lot better if everybody'd quit asking me that.
We had us all real worried.
Yeah, including me. You feel funny about coming here?
No. Do I look like I feel funny?
Yeah, a little.
Well, I don't. There's no need to. We're friends, Ricky.
We're friends?
Yeah. Billy Joe knows that. And he's accepted it.
How's he been treating you?
Oh, real good. Too good sometimes.
Too good?
Yeah. Well, he just wants to please me, and sometimes he just gets carried away. He is so excited about this baby.
Yeah, I guess it won't be long now, will it?
No, but Billy Joe can't even wait a month. He wants it to happen all at once. He wants the baby and the money and a big house and Elena's success.
Yeah, I guess I owe Billy Joe an apology. He's done an awful lot for Elena.
I think you and Maggie and everybody else has been too hard on Billy Joe. You can give him a chance.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, Elena's career is just taken off, just like Billy Joe said it would.
Well, I was thinking about how Elena's attitude towards herself has changed, too.
Yeah. She seems to be more self-assured lately. At least she did before all this happened.
Yeah, I know. But I think she'll be all right once she realizes that she's not in any danger anymore.
You really think she isn't?
Well, that Joe character and his friend must have finally realized that Elena didn't have what they were after.
Well, I hope you're right. Ricky, do you think Billy Joe was at all involved in this?
No. I don't think he had anything to do with it at all. Why?
I was just wondering. Oh, you don't know how good it makes me feel to hear you say that.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
Yeah, I want to buy a ring.
What kind of ring?
Something real nice.
Precious?
No, nothing cute. This is for my wife, you know, kind of like an engagement ring.
I mean the stone.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, precious stone.
Diamonds, rubies, emeralds, or something less expensive, say a nice turquoise.
Yeah, diamonds. Something with lots of diamonds.
Well, here are some that are very attractive and very sensibly priced for young marrieds.
No, nothing sensibly priced. I want to take a look at your most expensive and valuable.
I'm sorry, sir. The sign out front says no credit. I stand by it.
I ain't talking about credit here. I'm talking about cash. You know, De Niro.
I see. How much do you intend to spend?
Well, I don't know.
1,000? 2,000? 5,000? 10,000?
Yeah. 10,000. That sounds just about right. Let me see something in your $10,000 range here.
Here you are, sir.
Well, that's it right there. Right here. Uh-huh. Now, this here's what I call a ring.
You weren't ever going to tell me that the baby was Ryan Connors, were you?
I tried to several times.
But you changed your mind.
I didn't think you could handle it.
Why not?
Because you were depressed. You were uncertain about me. I didn't want to hurt you anymore.
Did you plan to raise the baby as if it were mine?
Yes.
Could you have done that?
I don't know. I thought I could. I was willing to try, Barrett, because I really wanted our marriage to work.
Who else knew about the baby, besides Grandma?
I don't want to talk about
Who
the
else?
baby.
Who else? Your good friend Rena, no doubt. Probably your brother Jeb, Courtney too, of course. And who else?
Barrett, stop it! I thought I did what was best for you. If it was a mistake, it was an honest one.
When did you know that the baby was Ryan's?
From the moment I discovered I was pregnant.
Well, no wonder he wouldn't let you alone. He knew he had a claim on you, didn't he? And he wouldn't let
There
up.
is no point to this. Now, either you forgive me for deceiving you or you don't.
I'll forgive you, Jenny. I'm willing to make a fresh start. On condition that you put Ryan Connor out of your mind for good.
Can you put Ryan Connor out of your mind?
I think so. You know, losing the baby was an act of God.
It was your fault, not God's.
It's just as well.
I wanted that baby.
It wasn't mine.
I don't care. I still wanted it.
You wanted that baby. Because you still want Ryan. Don't you?
Did you get your errands all done?
Yep. And I brought you some magazines to read. So, how was your visit with Nita?
Oh, fine.
She must be real happy to have Billy Joe home, especially since the baby's only a month away.
Yeah, I guess she is.
You still like Nita, don't you?
Of course I like her.
No, you know what I mean.
Nita's a married woman. She chose Billy Joe. She's about to have a baby.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you still can't have strong feelings for her.
Yeah, so what if I did? What good would it do?
I don't know. You never know. You think that Nita made a mistake by going back with Billy Joe?
No. I wish I could say she did. It'd be a lot easier.
Do you think that Billy Joe is going to make her a good husband and he'll be a good father for the baby?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Where have you been?
Well, I told you I had some errands to do. How did things go at the hospital?
Fine. Ricky's doing better. I thought you might stop by later on.
Well, I'll drop by tomorrow. I was busy fixing a few surprises of my own.
Surprises, huh? Is that one of them there?
I told you it was a surprise.
Well, what is it? What is it?
It's something to go with the surprise dinner.
Is it flowers?
No, it isn't.
What is it, spaghetti?
Spaghetti?
Well, I was trying to think of something long.
Here, open up and find out. No, you gotta have this one.
Okay.
Just like this. Hold
All
on.
right, just like this.
Uh-huh.
It's all right.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that sweet potato casserole I'm smelling?
If you don't cut that out, you're never going to get your surprise.
Well, I can't help if I got a sensitive nose.
Let's see what this is. All right. Honey.
It's for Billy Joe Jr.
Honey, are you crazy? He's not going to be able to use it for years.
Well, you never know. I mean, he might have super jock genes in him or something.
I mean, he's not even going to be able to hold it till he's 10 years old.
Put that down. Put it down.
What?
This here's the real surprise right here.
Honey, you didn't buy me.
Go on, open it up.
Well, oh, my. Oh.
Beautiful, ain't it?
Is it real?
Well, of course it's real. Nothing but the best for my sugar darling, huh?
But, honey, it must have cost a fortune.
Don't matter what it costs.
But we can't afford this.
Well, sure we can, darling. I mean, once them royalties start coming in from Elena's record, we're gonna be rolling dough.
Well, honey, it's real nice, but listen, we're parents now, and we got to start thinking about school and braces and health insurance and
Don't worry,
college and-
darling. We're gonna have plenty for the baby.
Well, honey, no, you got to take it back. I mean, I can't wear it. It's too big. I'd feel conspicuous.
No, Nita, no. No, honey, this is my dream, darling. This is it right here. I've been wanting to get you a ring like this ever since we got married. And now I can do it. Right here. Besides, I want to show you off, honey. Yeah, this here ring, it's kind of like publicity. It says, Billy Joe Wright is married to a real fine woman. And he's real proud.
Oh, I'm the one that should be proud.
We're both proud. I'm nervous again.
What? Here? Kind of like getting married all over again. Oh, honey, it's just beautiful.
Do you, Nita Jenkins, take this man, Billy Joe Wright, to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Oh, I do.
so much, Nita. I love you so much. And I want to make you the happiest woman on the face of the earth.
You know what I think? I think you're a little addled from all the strain. I think maybe you ought to lay back for a while you get your head back on straight, or maybe yet forget the whole thing.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? That suits you just fine. Keep all that money to yourself, huh?
What do you need, Foster? A diagram? I don't think Wright's got that money.
I do. But I'm going to need a little bread to stake me out while I do some investigating.
You can't go nosing around Houston. The Decker girl's seen you. She can identify you. The police probably have your mug plastered all over the city.
All the more reason for me to get the financing I need. Might take a little longer than I thought. All right, you want to bow out? Fine. You just give me the money you owe me, and I'll consider us quits.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the $250,000 we agreed on.
You've got to be joking, man. I don't have that kind of money. Even if I did, I wouldn't give it to you.
I'm not joking, man. And you better find that money. With what I know about you and Jim Lawrence, you better find that money real fast.
Boy, that looks pretty ambitious, honey. How long do you think it'll take you to build it?
Probably all summer, but Max promised to help me.
Will the school still give you credit if someone helps you?
Sure, I can't do all that heavy stuff by myself. You know, Dad said we were probably going to go on a trip to Fisher Island. When do you think we'll go?
Would you be very disappointed if we didn't go?
No. Why? Is Dad acting strange again?
He's just upset.
About the baby?
Yes, that and other things.
Sure hope he doesn't start snapping at me.
I promise I won't let that happen.
Yeah, but I don't want him to snap at you either.
Don't you worry about it. I can handle that.
Do you think Dad'll ever be normal, like other fathers?
Well, other fathers have bad moods too, honey.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, come on. Tell me more about this project. Then.
Okay. Explain. Well, these are the solar panels, and they collect the sun's energy.
Yes.
Late, Steve. Should be in bed.
I was just showing Mom my science project.
It can wait till morning.
Okay. Good night. I'm glad you're home.
Oh, good night, sweetheart. You can take us with you.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Dad.
Good night, son.
I don't want you in my bedroom, Barrett.
A whole treasure chest full right here. We're rich. Diamonds and rubies, we're rich.
Billy Joe! Billy Joe, where have you been?
Nita, honey, we're rich. We're rich. You, me, and Billy Joe Jr. We'll never have to worry about money again.
We don't need money. We got each other.
No, honey, don't you see, darling? We can send Billy Joe Jr. to the best schools. We can buy you beautiful clothes. Look, we can live in a beautiful house right here, darling. Look. Here.
Honey, where did you get this? I hope you haven't done anything wrong.
Oh, no, darling. I've done something good. Something real good for you and me and Billy Joe Jr. and Elaine and everybody we know. Here, honey. You deserve something real special.
Honey, I told you if we got mixed up in the wrong kind of people, I'd leave you.
Oh.
Honey, you asleep yet?
No, not yet. I'm too uncomfortable. You know, honey, you should have bought a new mattress instead of this diamond ring.
Yeah, I guess so.
I've been thinking about those presents you bought me.
Nita, I told you not to worry. I bought that ring on credit.
No, that's not what's bothering me.
Well, what is it?
Well, I've been thinking about that That baseball bat you bought Billy Joe Jr.?
Well, what about it?
Well, what if Billy Joe Jr. turns out to be Billy Jane?
What are you talking about?
I mean, what if it's a girl? Are you going to be unhappy?
Well, of course not.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Now I can stop counting the lumps in this mattress.
But we ain't having a little girl. We're having a little boy. And if you don't stop worrying and get some sleep, he's going to come sooner than expected.
Can I think?
Just leave the thinking to me, huh? You're going to give that poor little kid ulcers before he's even born.
Okay. You know, Billy Joe, I sure wish you bought a new mattress. I mean, this one keeps growing new lumps every day.
You really think so?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, I never felt so comfortable in my whole life.
This is our bedroom.
If you stay here, I'll sleep in the guest room.
You had no objection to our son being in your bedroom.
Leave Stephen out of
You
this.
spent the entire evening showering your affection on him.
He's a child.
So he needs more reassurances than I do, is that it?
I can't reassure you. I have tried for months, and it's no use. I give up.
Jenny, please. You're my wife. And I love you. I need you.
You need help. Help that I can't give you.
No, that's not true. Let's forget everything that happened and start over. A new beginning. Jenny, we belong together. Please, Jenny, don't do this to me.
You're destroying this marriage. You're destroying any love I ever had for you.
It's Ryan Connor's fault.
No! You're to blame, Barrett. And unless you can learn how to deal with that and live with it, then this marriage is over.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.